perhaps my guest might have some more light to shed on that. This is Josh Blackman, who actually you sided with the government in filing a brief before this very court.
I did.
Explain to me first, what is the reasoning that you support the Trump administration's position that DACA is illegal?
Our position with the Cato Institute is that DACA is a good policy, but Congress did not give the president the power to enact this policy unilaterally. And because DACA was contrary to law, the president was justified in winding down DACA.
And we saw that the conservative justices really got to the heart of what you were saying, questioning the government attorneys as well as the defenders of the DACA. But how do you think that this thing will fall? I mean, we do have a slim majority carried by the conservatives here.
I think this case will probably rule for President Trump, but on very narrow grounds. One of the basic questions is this: can DACA's rescission, can the cancellation of DACA even be reviewed in the courts? The government argues that this is not subject to judicial review, that the executive branch can create the policy and then suspend it without the courts getting involved. And I think the likely outcome of this case is the court will hold that this entire decision is subject to the political processes, not to the courts. If that happens, President Trump can suspend DACA, and then President Elizabeth Warren can then reinstitute it. So we're in this weird limbo where whoever's in charge can keep coming or going, turning it on or off.
The bigger picture here, of course, you're focused on the details as an attorney, but the bigger picture is that we have close to 1 million people, if not more, who are waiting for this decision that will impact whether they can live out the rest of their lives in the U.S., living freely, able to work, able to study. These policy details that you mentioned that will dictate how they live out the rest of their lives, should that not be a consideration?
The court put a lot of attention to what's called reliance. That is, people have relied on DACA for the last 7 years or so. And perhaps even if the Trump administration is correct in its legal ruling, it didn't justify canceling this program when so many people haven't relied upon it. My sincere hope is that Congress does get involved and enact permanent relief, not this sort of temporary executive action that we've seen for the last 7 years.
Okay, that's interesting. Thank you so much, Josh. And I know you told me earlier that you actually thought the policy helping these young immigrants was good policy, but it's the legality of it that is at issue. And of course, now it's in the hands of these 9 justices, Hazem.